Sup guys? How we doing? Oh, we're all doing well today. Welcome in. And yeah, this is just going to be a very chill Suika Game stream today. Yep. Nothing too special really, just gonna play the game, probably chat about some stuff and whatnot. And yeah, that's all you really need to know really. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can try and clean my glasses. Really, I should be doing this with like a glasses cloth to clean my glasses, but yeah, it ended up. It still feels kind of filthy. I don't know. Right, let me just clear the sleep eye out. There we go. It's still. I think it's still relatively the same, but it's not like you lot are going to notice it anyways. But yeah, let me just go ahead and put this on live chat right here. Welcome in, Zach. Hope you're doing well. Alright, I have background music running as well while we're at it. So, yeah, here we are once again on Suika Game. Last time I did this was not too long ago. I believe the last... Let me see when was the last time. Siri, go away. Go away, Siri. I don't need you right now. Let's see. Last time I did Suika Game right here was on the 27th of September. Alright, I'm gonna find a different playlist here because it's like, why is it got the hurry up versions as well? Like, I don't want that. Don't really want ones that are extended either. Let's see, what's in this one? Oh well, might as well do the newer Super Mario Bros. DS. I guess. Does this also have? Okay, this doesn't have the. Okay, cool. I guess we'll just do that, I suppose. Okay, now I haven't even played the game, so let's go ahead and do this right here. So let's go ahead and begin. So, what's been going on as of late? Well, I'll tell you what's been happening yesterday. So, I went to visit Rachel and a lot in the great Leeds area, as you know. And yeah, we went this time around into the city centre because we just like, you know, we haven't been into the city in a very long time, and you know, could kind of you know, rediscover some things that we may have not seen before. There's not really that much that has that I don't think has much changed, but I think it's because I say that, but there is like a lot of things. Like there's definitely been things that have been put in since like our visit to it. Yeah, but it was kind of like a bit of a rediscovery as well, because every time that I went down to with my mum and dad, usually we go somewhere more outside the city centre. Usually, sometimes we usually go for like bowling and whatnot, and other times. Other times it's like different. It really just depends really on the day. But this one, because obviously, you know, it's not summer anymore, so kind of makes sense in that way. Let me turn down the... Still want it to be still somewhat hearable as well. Yeah. I don't have the audio file downloaded onto my SSD, otherwise I would just be playing it through my SSD. But anyways, yeah. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of like... It's like you're rediscovering, like, like things you may have previously thought would go unchanged, but then you kind of get surprised when you see how, like, many things, like, change. You know, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a video game in a way. It's like, let's say you played a video game, like, one time, right? And then let's say maybe years or decades later, you kind of like, you know, I kind of want to play that game again. And then you kind of like, I think during like a playthrough, I think you kind of like sort of realize like, huh, okay, this is kind of not what I thought this game was like, you know. It was like it's like how you remember like a video game going a certain way, but then when you replay it again, it's like totally different. Like way different from how you thought you remember the game being like. Yeah, that was kind of like that was the case with it was kind of like the case with the what's its face. It was kind of like that just with rediscovering Leeds City Centre. And can I just say, like, I remember Leeds being, like, you know, a very busy, like, place, but I don't think I remember Leeds being super incredibly busy. No, it could be that, you know, it is getting to that time where, you know, Halloween, Bonfire Night, and Christmas are all making the way to us. So, yeah, it's probably gonna probably be like that until like probably I don't know after Christmas maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of interesting, just rediscovering Leeds City Centre. But yeah. Okay, what's he gonna do? Okay. But yeah, then afterwards, we just went to like a pub, pub place where we just you know, just got drinks. I had a lemonade, so that's what I had. Whereas my sister, mum had beers, and my dad had some cup of tea. You can tell how much I can remember it because it was still all fresh in my mind. Because it wasn't too long ago, by the way. Okay, cool. But yeah, it was something. I did actually go to CEX as well while I was in Leeds to, you know, check out some stuff, see what they had there. Nothing out of the ordinary. I did, however, pick up a Wii game, which I probably should have posted in my server as well, but I just didn't. Let me go ahead and actually get it, because I do actually have it with me. Let's see. So, here is the game, right here. There we go. Let me flip it to this side. There you go. Mario Sports Mix right there. this was actually £10 from CEX, which honestly is like not a bad deal with this game. I've heard like people say this is like really good, I guess. I don't know. I've never played this game, so yeah, will definitely be interesting to check that out. Maybe do a live stream on it. I don't know. We will see, I suppose. We will definitely see. There we go. But yeah. What else? I guess I could say that I managed to get an older, like, Dell PC, like, working when I'm at core, I suppose. There we go. But yeah, other than that, yeah, not really too much interesting. I mean, I did receive like some things I purchased off of eBay as well. Like I've purchased like another like SanDisk Extreme like SSD USB-C to C like cable because because the original one that came with it did eventually break, but it was like quite some time though. So yeah. Okay, let me turn down this TV. There we go. Right. I guess I forgot that I had the Elgato capture cards set that high. There we go. I think that'll be better. Right, anyways, so yeah, I don't know, I mean, there's not really that much goes on in my life anyway, so, yeah, I guess it's just all in, up for perspective, I suppose. I did watch a video from, who was it? It was a content creator that was talking about, you know, like the recent like hate for Sonic Frontiers. I'm gonna be like honest. I feel like people who are just now hating on Frontiers, I don't know, man. I think like I know the honeymoon period is now over for Frontiers, so I think it was just a given. But it was just like, I don't know, like, we hated Unleashed. It's kind of ironic because like we hated on Unleashed and now it's like seen as like one of the best games ever, which is, and now we said that Frontiers was like the best Sonic game of 2022, and now here it is, like so many years later, and now the game is basically just being hated on. Like, I think there is genuine criticism. Yes, I definitely think like Frontiers is definitely a flawed game. Do I think it really deserves the recent hate it's been getting? Honestly, I don't think so. If I'm going to be quite brutally honest here, and I don't know if anyone's going to agree, I might get flack for this, I don't really care anyways, it's my opinion. But I feel like the recent hate for it just feels kind of forced. It just kind of sometimes doesn't feel kind of genuine in a way. It's like, why do you hate the... If you like the game, then why do you hate the game like right now? like explain me that. Like, explain to me why it is. Like, yes, again, Frontiers is a great game, but it does have flaws. But those flaws, like, can be done. Like, things can be better. Like, of course, updates and whatnot, but also like a much better polished like Frontiers 2 sequel will definitely take a lot of the things that they learned from the first Frontier like game, and it will just literally be better. Like, I think this is all like stemming from the fact that we had much better games. Like, you know, we had Shadow Generations, we had Cross Worlds, you know, all that stuff. So I think when people go back to playing Frontiers, it kind of like, it's like kind of jarring, because it's like, oh geez, I don't think I remember Frontiers being a certain way. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. If I have to be honest, I love Frontiers. I love Frontiers. I think it's honestly a great game. Again, can I see the flaws for what it is? Yes. Yeah. Again, I think the thing is as well, and the fact that Frontiers is going to be 3 years old, jeez, that's crazy to think about. I don't know, but it's just kind of... It's kind of funny, because now it's kind of like people who hated on Forces is now looking back at that game and now are seeing it with a positive light. I'm gonna be honest, even when I did do my most recent playthrough of Forces back over on Twitch, over on Twitch, I don't know, I still kind of felt the same way that I do now about the game, even with like subsequent playthroughs. Like, of course, like the first playthrough factor is obviously never going to happen ever again. Like, a first playthrough is always going to be something of it being special. There we go. Yeah. And to be honest, like, I definitely do want to go back to Frontiers and definitely do another playthrough of it. Who knows? We'll see when we get there, of course. But right now, like, I'm perfectly happy with it. I never finished, like, I never ever got around to beating Frontiers' like Final Horizon, either on my own time or on the stream, because the playthrough that I did for Frontiers, like, I wasn't... There were some aspects I feel like I could have done much better, which is why I probably would do a playthrough again of that game. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the recent hate for Frontiers, I don't know. It kind of just feels like I feel like some people just hate on the game for like the sake of hating it, and what does annoy me is that it's like, okay, so you've got like a great game. Everybody sang the praises to it, like naturally speaking. But then it's like, I don't know. It's like you know what this feels like? It feels like when you are playing a game and you liked it, and then you go back to it and then your opinion kind of shifts. Like, yes, you're allowed to have an opinion of a game, but it's like, if you're going to just hate on Frontiers for the sake of it and not give like a good argument, like for example, someone could just literally just say, so I hate Sonic Frontiers because it's a bad game. Okay, cool. That's totally fine. You're allowed to have that, but I would like to hear from your own words, right? Like, why do you think this way? Like, why do you not like this game? Like, critically review this game and tell me what aspects. Like, don't just say you hate the game and then don't explain what you hate about the game. Like, I know hate is even a strong word as well. Yes. But it's just like, I don't know. To me, I still think I'll still hold Frontiers in a very good regard of like what it did for the Sonic franchise, because we have to understand, people, that Sonic before Frontiers was not in a good position. Like, let's not kid ourselves, okay? Let's not kid ourselves that Sega was in a good position. They weren't. And we already had like two disasters before this. Like, you know, we had Colors Ultimate, which was a remaster of like the best like Sonic game on the Wii, and it just ended up getting completely butchered by just how much like stuff there was. And it's just like, well, I don't know. Hey there, Shange girl. Please tell me if I've got that wrong, but welcome in. I'm just yapping about Sonic Frontiers right now while playing this game, because I don't feel like playing any other games. I hope you're doing well. Anyways, where was I now in the Frontiers thought? Oh yeah. Is it Shangego? I don't know. But yeah, like people who don't explain like why they hate a certain thing. Oh. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, Shangy, girl. Again, if I've not got that right, please let me know, because I hate getting people's names wrong. Yeah, that's the worst. It's the worst thing, just to get people's names wrong. But anyways, I hope you're doing well, regardless. Yep, that's the only way I can possibly think of how that's pronounced. But yeah, just I don't know. I feel like the hate towards Frontiers is kind of like, you know, it's a bit silly in my opinion. But yeah, that was just like my 2 cents on the Frontiers thing. Because yes, again, we have definitely gotten much better Sonic games since then. Like, you know. Yeah, but like I said, every time I kind of see something has something to do with Frontiers, I don't know, I feel like some people are just quick to like discredit everything Sonic Frontiers did, and I'm like, but you do kind of understand that this was kind of also the turning point where Sonic felt like he was at his best. Again, was the game polished? Absolutely not. Could it have been more polished? Exactly. Like look at games like Shadow Generations and Crossworlds and every other game that has came out. You know, heck, like look at even the movies for it as well, and how well it did in translating likely to like game sales of Sonic. Like even in Japan as well, Sonic Frontiers did pretty well there. So it was just kind of like I don't know, maybe this is just a thing with Twitter where they just want to endlessly hate on things for no reason, just because it's Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, because I guess Twitter just isn't a thing anymore, because thanks Elon. Yeah, I don't know. The Frontiers like hate is like, it's just a bit silly, isn't it? It's just a bit silly. There we go. Let's change it to some different music. Why not? Excuse me. Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't actually make a drink because I didn't feel like making one, because I feel like I get too overdosed on having too much to drink, even though it's good to be hydrated all the time. But yeah. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. Trying to think if there's anything else that I can talk about. See, if this was just a talking stream, I probably would have like thought to have like wrote down things that might have happened as of like kind of recent, I suppose. But I just kind of didn't really think too much about it because I was just kind of like I just kind of want to chill, you know, kind of just want to just relax a bit, not worry too much. Although just touching back up on the one where when I was going to Leeds, which is in the United Kingdom, by the way, in case you didn't know that. I did have some pizza as well from while I was at Rachel's house. The pizza that I had, was like, it wasn't actually that bad, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I ate it, but like, was it as enjoyable as, let's say, a Domino's pizza? No. To me, when I was eating that, it just kind of just felt like I was eating like frozen pizza in a way, you know what I mean? It just felt like that. It just kind of felt like I was eating frozen like microwavable pizza, which, to be honest, I want to believe the restaurant was doing it fresh, but something just in my mind was just like kind of telling me that was just kind of like telling me that was like, I don't know, it kind of felt like it was just frozen pizza and then just microwaved or put in an oven or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. I wouldn't say I was like blown away with it. It was kind of like, you know, it's kind of like when you do eat something that you don't really like think very highly of, or like you don't think much of. That's what it kind of felt like when I was eating the pizza, which was ordered off of Uber Eats as well, because Rachel ordered it all, which my sister said like it was like the best, which was like, okay, that was. I mean, when you say something like that, I think you're kind of also setting like either a high bar for like, whoa, this is like amazing, or disappointment. To be honest, it wasn't really disappointing. It was just kind of like, it was fine. Didn't really think too much of it. Oh, come on. Get down there. Get down there. Sometimes you have to play also like the waiting and patience game as well with this game. Yeah, we still got a Suika Game Planet that's coming soon as well in the winter. It's definitely going to be fun when that eventually arrives. Oh, nice. Nice catch. I think that could definitely have been pushed down. Okay, does it seem to have worked right there? There we go. Yeah, if you ever wonder why I never have, like, why I never have the in-game Suika music on. The problem is with this game, and I think I've stated this as well in past streams, even before that you could turn off the music. Like, even before you could turn off the music, it was like, I don't know, it was kind of a bit of an annoying, like, BGM to just kind of listen to, because it's like, Jesus, can it not switch to something else? Like, something else the game created. I think there was a thing in this game that had, like, you could probably change the BGM to something different, but I have not seen it. Wow, it actually did that thing. Pretty cool, I suppose. Right. But yeah, like I'm just glad that you don't have to have the option of having the music always be there all the time, you know? Probably not gonna make this one, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I think we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, in my last stream as well, I did manage to, spoiler alert, did get a, watermelon. Which, honestly, when I actually did get the, watermelon, like, it was, like, such an achievement. It was definitely such an achievement. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Well, one more until we can achieve another watermelon. That would be cool if we can get there. Doubt it, but who knows? Maybe it would be a possibility. You never know, right? You never know until you find out. That's what I'm trying to find the words for. You always got to love it when you're trying to find... Excuse me. You're trying to find said word, but then the word doesn't try and... Like, it doesn't want to, like, come out and stuff. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, it looks like I have beaten my second place high score. That's good. Okay. That's not going to be helpful, isn't it? Nope. It just did exactly what it was going to do. Okay. So, if I possibly play here... There we go. There we go. Sometimes less is more. Come on. I guess you could say this game is kind of like my cozy game in a way. Oh, and now I've beaten first place. Sweet! Because, like, aside from this game, the only games that you could say could be like of cozy games that I've played are, of course, one being Palia, and I have not gone back to that game in literal donkeys! Literally. I have not actually gone back to that game. God, it feels like forever since I went back, since I played that game. Oh yeah, and I never actually got a chance to play Fall Guys either when Savannah was doing her celebration stream. But I had my reasons. I definitely had my reasons. Should have not done that. Should have not done that. Who would have thunk? Oh, I should have put it there. Would have made it easier then. There we go. There we go. See? Easy money. Really wish it just thingied instead. There we go. Can that squeeze through? Come on, squeeze through. There we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Come on. Oh, why are you not hitting it? There we go. It just needed like one more other fruit to help it out. I'm probably not going to get this. That's one thing. Though I'm so close though. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like I'm so close. Oh yeah, I did play a little bit of Animal Crossing, like New Leaf on the 3DS. Well, via my new 2DS XL, I should say. But it was like, I don't know. I feel like, aside from Suika Game, obviously, I feel like cozy games just isn't really my thing. I kind of like it when there's a little bit of either story, racing, adventure, and whatnot. Ah, so close. So close. But I got a new high score, so hey, I'll definitely take that. I will definitely take that. In daily and monthly overall ranking, I've not beaten it. I like how my third place one is literally 2017 as well. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Probably turn up the music a little bit so that it's more hearable. Why not? Restart. Alright, I'm gonna put this one here, put this one here, this one here, this one also here. Right. Combine you there. Also combine you there, which also combines with that. Right, I'm gonna push that out of the way. Never mind. Dang it. Why do you always do that? So if I push, there we go. I have to put another berry right there, and then I have to put that there. Excuse me. As always, there's always... Oh, never mind. Okay. Put this here. And by the way, I will get back to the Mario Galaxy 2 playthrough that we've been doing on the Wii. What I'll do is I'll probably go through every previous galaxy that we've gotten stars on and get the pranks to comment. Like stars that we haven't gotten, and then we'll probably continue with World S. Okay, probably gonna put this here. Might have been a little bit of a mistake, maybe. Let's see. Just wait until it does its thing. Okay. So the tomato will go there. Probably just put the 2 strawberries right here. Okay, that didn't work. Thought I could possibly try and get it to balance on there, but just didn't quite work as I was hoping for. Where do I put this one? Okay, if I put this there we go. Where's that one going? I'm just gonna let it do what it needs to do. I'm gonna rush. Okay, looks like it's almost getting there. Come on, it's getting there, it's getting there. There we go. Okay, looks like that's where it's just gonna stop for now. There we go. Cool. Cool. Boom. Okay, got another one of these. Come on, why are you not going there? Why did I not think to... Okay, so the other one is going to be that. So maybe I'll put that there, then put this here. Okay, then I'll put that one there. Do I... Okay. Just going to put that one there. Okay, now, that one's trapped. So I'm going to put this here and that there. That will combine those two. There we go. Nice. Really wish I could just push it through that thing, but I can't. There we go. Ooh, nice, nice. Ooh, it's combining it all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like just gonna wait. No rush. There's definitely no rush for it to do stuff. There we go. Okay. Ooh, come on. Yes! Let's go. Okay. That would be great if I could get this one down through it as well. I've got to push this strawberry. Okay, got this. go. Oh, nice. Okay. Why do I always make these mistakes? There we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Ooh! Come on. Come on. Ah, dude, come on. It just feels so close. If you're wondering what I'm watching, by the way, chat, I'm watching this one random spider that's on the outside of my window. I don't know. It looks like it's trying to climb down or something. I don't know what the hell it's doing. What the hell is it trying to reach onto? gonna skip this. Is there any other spiders that are moving? Let me check. Hang on. Let me have a see. No? Just seems to be that one. Gotta love it when spiders are creating like spider webs all over the window. What the hell? Oh wait. Do I have the zoom feature on? Wait, where's... How do you do... Let's see. Try to see what would it be under? That. As in, okay, it's not mess with the. It's not mess with that. So where's this thing? Let me have a look. What's this? Right. I don't want my bookmarks. Let's see how to enable zoom it on Switch 2. Accessibility. Here we are. By pressing home button twice. Okay, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. Okay. I didn't know this was just somehow now a thing in this game. Gee, when was this added? Let's see. It's always going to be like that, isn't it? It's always going to be like that. What's it gonna do? Oh yeah, that is another. This is a topic that I'm surprised I've not mentioned. As you all know, if you're a PC user, then this will really just come to the surprise of probably nobody. But if this is also your first time hearing this, then yeah, Windows 10. Well, in terms of like the normal like support has officially ended, and it's actually quite crazy that someone who mistakenly said that Windows 10 was going to be the last version of Windows and it would just get continuously updated with new features and whatnot. Yeah, it turns out that was not the case, because there was definitely going to be an end of support for it, which happened not too long ago. I think what's like also kind of, I don't know, what's kind of sad about it as well is like, unlike other like ones where you could upgrade even if you had an old PC that, let's say, couldn't run Windows 11 but could run Windows 10. At least like Microsoft kept the minimum like requirements to even run Windows 10 like pretty fair and square, whereas Windows 11, because it's got all this other, it's got all these new things that PCs needs to have. If you have a PC that doesn't really have that, then you're kind of just like out of luck, really, unless you decide to either stick with Windows 10 and hopefully, I mean, the good thing is Microsoft is using a Microsoft is like extending it as well until like 2026. So at least you'll get like one more like extra year of like security updates for Windows 10. But then after that, it's like, I think if you wanted even more, like if you wanted like more updates, you have to basically like go for like a paid program that lets you have like Windows 10 until like, I think it was like 2032, I think it was. But yeah, but just in terms of like support for it, mainly without the update to basically keep your PC going, yeah. And basically Microsoft's only solution, upgrade to Windows 11 or just get your PC completely foot. That's basically Microsoft's solution, because it's really obvious that they want you to be on Windows 11. But it's like, how many PC users are realistically actually going to upgrade? Yeah. How many are realistically going to upgrade? Probably not a lot. I mean, heck, if you could, if you, what the heck was that? Mamma mia! Let me put on double dash. Actually, nah, I'll do DS. Here we go. Like how this playlist uses the beta like logo for Mario Kart DS. Oh well. I mean, I did do a full playthrough of Mario Kart DS on the channel, both the Grand Prix and the mission mode. If you want to check that out. Anyways, back to Windows 10 end of support. Yeah, I don't know. I have yet to see. I have yet to like kind of like see how people, if they're going to upgrade, because this laptop was purchased as like a Windows 10 laptop, but because it has the support for the TPM 2.0 thingamajig, it can be upgraded to Windows 11, and that's what this laptop is on. And speaking of Windows 11, actually, they did roll out the new like the new 25 H2 update for Windows 11. I don't know if this is the update that is like what would be on the new like Xbox ROG Ally and ROG Ally X, like those gaming handhelds. It might be different actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, speaking of it, yeah, the Xbox ROGs are also available as well, and the fact that the ROG Ally X long time no see. Hey, I'm James. Well, welcome back to being a member. Yeah, long time no see. How have you been? Been good. Thanks. What about me? Yeah, things have been chill. Been playing currently playing Suika Game, but I've also been playing a lot of crosswords on stream and stuff like that. Just been talking about how like Windows 10 end of support is now is now like here now. You know what I mean? I was just talking about it because like Windows 10 was like the longest supported like Windows version. Yeah, and I was just talking about how the thing, you don't see the hate for Windows 11, but you've used it over a year and it's 10 but much better. Well, yeah. I mean, technically, the whole of Windows 11 was basically because like Windows 10X, which was meant to be the thing that Windows 11 would have been for like kind of like specific kind of like devices. Yeah, it was meant to be like that. Give me one moment. Okay. Right, go live. And I'm back here. Yeah. Okay. That's basically what it was. It was Windows 11 was basically a cancelled Windows 10X that was meant to run on like it was meant to run on like some kind of like specific kind of devices. I can't remember, but there was like it did. I think it did eventually got leaked in the to the public. And when you see it, was like very obvious that Windows 11 was just basically just taking everything that the cancelled Windows 10X was and just basically just rebranding it as a brand new OS for like people to upgrade to. Yeah. Speaking of leaks, those Pokemon ones are crazy. I'm gonna be honest, I do not keep up with Pokemon, but I have seen like the reviews for the new like Pokemon ZA. Yeah, I've seen like the new. I've watched a little bit of like, you know, the new like seeing a little bit of gameplay of the new Pokemon. I mean, it's not gonna be interesting to me. Yeah. They leaked every Pokemon game releasing until 2032. That is actually crazy. That is actually crazy. Not gonna lie. Also interesting that it's until 2032. Like what? So that's when like the whole Pokemon like series is gonna stop or something? Is what I'm trying to, from my understanding of it. Like I said, I have never played a single Pokemon game, but to be honest, like I don't know, I don't think I'll ever have any plans to really. Pokemon's just not been my thing, really. I mean, I'll see like let's say there's been new bugs or new glitches or whatnot that's discovered in the game. Yeah, Pokemon ZA is your first Pokemon game, and it's really addicting. Interesting. Yeah, I have watched. I don't know if you know this content creator, the Grande Gamer. I do know he plays Pokemon. I do know he has started playing the new Pokemon ZA. What's interesting is like I think the many of the reviews for this new game, they're all like on Switch 2, but like the game also released on Switch 1. I did manage to find like one person who was playing that new Pokemon ZA game on Switch 1. And it pretty much just looks like what you expect a Pokemon game to look like on Switch 1. ZA would blow up on Switch 1. Probably because it's probably like intensive. I mean, if you think about it, we had like that whole fiasco like with Scarlet and Violet. And look how much of a mess that turned into. Like 2 FPS, like when far away the game felt rushed. It just didn't play well. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to the people who are playing this on either a Switch or a Switch 2, you know, I hope the experience is good for those who are going to play it, of course. But I don't know. I don't know, really. Like, yeah, I don't really have that much like. You can definitely tell how much I don't really have that much of a strong opinion on the Pokemon games because I've never played a single Pokemon game in my life. Also been playing a lot of Crossworlds. Yeah, I'm actually getting Crossworlds. Speaking of that, for the Switch for Christmas. And the good thing is if I do get it for Christmas, the good thing I can say is that when I do get the game, I could get it like literally. I could literally get the Switch 1 version. I could get the Switch 1 version, and then by then there will be a Switch 2 like upgrade. So that's what I'm probably gonna do, because then at least then you can say that if I did just want to see what it was like playing just on an actual Switch 1, which I mean, the current way to play is on Switch 1, and if you have a Switch 2, you're just basically playing that game in backwards compatibility mode. Well, for now at least, until the proper Switch 2 version actually comes out. But yeah, it was kind of like that with like, you know, some of like the Zelda games where I believe the Zelda Switch 2 games were just the Switch 1 cartridges. You just had a thing where you could download it to go from Switch 1 to Switch 2 if you bought the physical edition of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2. But then again, it's like, if you already own the game on the Switch, like if you already own the, like, let's say digitally or physically editions of those two games, it's kind of like, well, you already have like a easy way to just upgrade your game to it. You're waiting for the physical Switch 2 edition. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do Switch 1, because and then at least you can get the Switch 2 version literally like as like a couple of like a $10 upgrade pack at least. So even if you let's say you do get just the Switch 1 version now, at least that when you get the Switch 2 upgrade pack, at least you'll feel like you've just gotten the Switch 2 like version early. Yeah, and speaking of actually of Sonic, earlier on I was talking about you know, like the hate around like the recent hate around Frontiers, and I was just kind of like I kind of look at that. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I don't know, this kind of feels... It just kind of feels kind of silly. I don't know if it's just me who thinks this way. Because, like, Frontiers is definitely still a great game. I still hold it in very good regards of, like, wow, this is actually, like, a game that actually feels like there's a lot more than what meets the eye. There we go. Let's see. You've kind of stopped caring about online opinions, to be honest. In an age of rage bait and negativity being popular, I just make your own opinions on stuff and just leave it at that. Yeah. And I would definitely be in that like kind of same boat. It just kind of just feels like people are just doing this just for like social media points and whatnot. It's like, if you're negative, then you're going to obviously get a lot of like attention and whatnot, and then all this other stuff, you know. Like, I still think Frontiers is still a good game. Like, is it flawed? Yes. I think we can all agree that Sonic Frontiers is definitely a flawed game. It's not perfect, but, you know, like, again, like, as I was mentioning earlier, like, you know, updates, and even when we get the Frontiers 2 sequel for it, it will do wonders when that sequel comes out. I think this is also just stemming from the fact that, you know, ever since Frontiers, we've gotten, like, much better and more higher quality games, like Shadow Generations, like Crossworlds, and all this other stuff. Yeah. Like you saw a 30-minute video of a guy reviewing Mario Kart World, and he only played it for 2 hours at a friend's house. He kept calling the game bad and said Cross Worlds was better, even though he didn't play that either. Well, I feel like if you've only played like 2 hours of a game, I feel like you can't really form that much of an opinion on a game unless you've played it for a lot longer. That's just how I see it, really. I mean, heck, I've put in, let's see, I've put 75 hours into Mario Kart World, which is actually less than the 360 hours I put into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's see, what did I put? So I played, let's see, I played Cross Worlds Open Network Test for 8 hours, and the demo I didn't play that much of because like the Cross Worlds demo is just literally one singular Grand Prix and that's it, nothing more. But yeah, like comparing 8 Deluxe to World, you can definitely see like Mario Kart 8 like has a lot more hours, but like even then with the 75, like I could definitely like say like there's like a lot of things I think they can definitely do to really just, I don't know, make it just a little bit more better, because like right now in its current state, I feel like aside from just doing other stuff, like aside from the online, aside from, you know, the P switches, the medallion coins and everything, and all the other stuff, it's just kind of like, well, you know, it's like, what else do you do aside from that, you know? Aside from the online, it's like, there's really not that much. Let's see. And to say he called Cross Worlds better, like, even though he didn't play it, well then, I'm sorry, but it's like, if you're calling the game better, you're just doing this just because, you know, it's easy to hate on World, which I mean, there's a lot of things that I think is very fair to criticize, you know, like the game definitely needs a lot more than what just meets the eye, you know. Let's see, you've put 115 hours into World and 25 into Crossworlds so far, 40 in Crossworlds if the network test counts. Yeah, we could count the network test because that's technically how we all started seeing Crossworlds for the first time. So I definitely think it's fair. You prefer Crossworlds because it's more a consistent game, but World has higher highs, but the developers want you to play the intermissions. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of. I think that's also a reason why I think a lot of people are being turned away from the game, because it's kind of like Nintendo is just so incredibly proud of these intermissions. Like they're just really just trying to push out as many updates as possible to get people to just play these ones. But it's just like, but no, sometimes we just want to play the regular 3-lap tracks, right? Like, why? I'm still mad at Nintendo for changing how random works. Like, I still refuse to believe Nintendo. The only reason why Nintendo changed it was so it was easier to have more intermissions. And I'm just like, no, random just doesn't work like that. I do prefer Crossworlds as well, because, you know, I was actually having more fun with that than World, because at least when you're on the second lap of Crossworlds, you're on the Crossworlds for literally just that lap only, and then the final lap you're just back on the normal track. That's what I like. In World, it literally just takes up like 2 laps just on the intermissions alone, and then you've only got one singular lap. It's like, Nintendo, did you not want us to make these tracks feel memorable? Like, do you not want these tracks to feel as memorable as we want them to be? Like, give us like at least like one lap just to get there, and then I don't know. Okay, here's my standpoint on this. Here's how I think Nintendo should have done it, okay? When you're on your way, when you're on the intermissions, it should just be like one continuous drive, and then when you reach the track, then that's where the laps should count. Like, you know, your second and your third and whatnot. Like your first, your second, and third. I should preference. That third is already a much better way than just having 2 laps to do that. Because at least then, with the three, with just one continuous path to it, at least then you're still maintaining your 3 laps. So you still feel like you're still getting your 3-lap tracks, but in addition to that, you're on the like intermissions. Which, if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like. If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the intermissions should have some sort of like things to do. Like there should be like some sort of like challenge you should do on them. Like, I don't know, for example, perform like 10 tricks or hit 3 opponents before reaching the actual first lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that like Nintendo hasn't done that is just like, it's just what's crazy about it. Because at least then it's like still maintaining the Mario Kart like tradition, at least, of like, you know, you're on the racetrack with 3 laps and there you go, boom, easy. You like Mario Kart World, but the open world hurts the game more than it should. I feel like Knockout Tour definitely benefits the intermissions the most, though I feel like Grand Prix should have just been kept to just like, you know, what people expect. Maybe because, you know, there has been like an 11-year drought between 8 and World, if we're not counting like, let's say 8 Deluxe in the conversation, because it's just a re-release. But let's just say we just look at Mario Kart 8 Wii U and then Mario Kart World Switch 2 because of the 11-year gap. Maybe it's because we were just expecting it to just be like I don't know, a certain way, but then, you know, then we see this, and then there might be things we don't like, and all that other stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of things about Mario Kart World, I think. There's a lot of things about Mario Kart World, I don't know, that could be... It's hit and miss, let's just say that. It's hit and miss. Let's see... To be honest, the updates aren't even fixing online. The people who kept playing online liked intermissions in the first place, so most of the time intermissions are always picked, even if a 3-lap option is there. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like you are allowed to like intermissions. Like, if you like intermissions, more power to you, you know, like. But I feel like if you're gonna force people to play intermissions, I feel like even the people who like it should probably see and call it out for what this is. in my opinion. Yeah, if people like intermissions, fair enough, each to their own. You personally find them boring. Yeah, it just it doesn't feel like there's just any reason to be on these like highway tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, I'm going on this highway track. What do I do? You know, like, what is the purpose of this? Like, why am I on this track? Why am I here? Give me a reason to be on them. And of course, Nintendo will say, "Oh, we've added shortcuts." So I'm like, hello? Shortcuts have been a thing since its inception. Like, what are we talking about here? Again, I feel like there should be some sort of like challenge you should do before you reach the like actual track itself, because then at least it would make the intermission somewhat interesting. And I say somewhat, it wouldn't make it better, but it would at least give the player at least a reason to do some challenges. And no, the P switches is not what I'm saying here. I feel like Nintendo can definitely do a lot more with it. Like, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example, okay? So take Mount Wario, okay, in Mario Kart 8, right? That is like you could say a glimpse of what an intermission track looks like in a way, but at least with that, at least there's like interesting turns here. There's like shortcuts and whatnot. Whereas, like, you know, an actual intermission is like there's just like nothing here. Like, when you look at the map of Mount Wario and then an actual intermission in World, you can definitely tell which one would be more interesting to drive on, because, of course, yes, I know Mount Wario is a section track, but even then, that could just literally be an argument as to why these intermissions are what they are. At this point, you've just given up on World. You'll doubt they'll add anything new to it, and have gotten your fill with 115 hours, but you're done for now. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure even then, like, a lot of people are just heading back to Mario Kart 8, 8 Deluxe. Because at least you're not having to like quite worry as much about intermissions and whatnot. You can just focus on the 3 laps of the tracks and whatnot. I mean, if you've seen, we've definitely gone back to Mario Kart 8 like on a couple of occasions on this channel. And like even when we did the last stream before Mario Kart World, it was like it was definitely not going to go away forever. Like Mario Kart 8 was eventually going to come back to my channel, like as a viewer stream. Like I don't think anyone was saying, well, see you later, we're not coming back to you. Quite the opposite, in fact. People didn't like Mario Kart World, they just went back to Mario Kart 8. You're gonna stick with Crossroads, and you want to revisit Crash Team Racing Nitro Field soon. I was actually playing that game on the. I was actually playing that game a little bit on the at my family's like house, because I was visiting my sister, and they just had a PS4 with the game, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna play a bit of it. Can I just say how much of a jet engine that PS4 is? Like the original consoles? You haven't played it since the booster course pass dropped. I've played even then when the booster course pass has dropped. You know. But I think even then it's just like, you know, when you've been playing Mario Kart 8 for so long, like 8 or 11 years, depending on which version you started with of Mario Kart 8, which my start with Mario Kart 8 was on the Wii U, since it was developed for that console first. Of course, many people got to experience it much later on the Switch, of course, but even then, it's just like that was my start. So I've been playing that game for literally 11 years. And I still, you know, I still enjoy my time. And I think the good thing is, as well, is compared to like World, where it's sometimes I feel like it's kind of hit and miss with Worlds like online, whether or not you're going to get into a lobby or not. At least with 8, that as soon as you hit that search button and find it and stuff like that, at least you won't have a problem at least finding like people online. I feel like until the day Nintendo shuts down the server for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I feel like I will be continuing to play that game until like the day eventually is no more. Same, you played it since launch day on the Wii U. Yeah, that's also me. I mean, I did get the game like a day after it launched, but it was pretty much still relatively close to launch day. So, yeah, and I still have my copy of Mario Kart 8, which is, I think, a bit dusty here. There we go. Let me put this on the camera. There we go. Still the same copy as before. Nothing has changed with that. There we go. Yeah. And I still remember the games you could download as well. It's kind of interesting, actually, that in Europe we got more games to choose from than what people got in North America. which I find interesting. It's like, dang, only 4 games that people could legit actually choose in North America. Jeez, kind of feels like you got a bit ripped off when you saw the selection people in Europe got. Right. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do a viewer stream of Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. Again, the only thing the only problem that I have with doing a viewer stream is I have to know who has like the game. That's the problem, and it's even finding people on it. Yo, Post. Yes, we are playing the fruit watermelon game. Well, you're doing well, Post. I think it's actually been quite some time since you were at a stream. Can't really remember which stream it was that you were last at. Yeah, it's been quite some time. Good. Glad to see that. Yeah, I'm doing good. We've just been yapping about stuff, you know, about the new Pokemon ZA, talking about Mario Kart World, Side Racing Cross Worlds, Side Frontiers, you know, all that stuff as well. You know, and other topics as well. I'm just trying to think of like any other topics to talk about. Oh yeah, did anyone see the Xbox Game Pass price hikes as well to like $30 now for Game Pass Ultimate? I feel like Microsoft is losing it here, like, seriously. Like, if it, like, the fact that, like, I feel like the Xbox Game Pass is, like, a good deal. Well, prior to when it was not $30 US, of course. I don't know. The problem is with Microsoft, it just feels like they're not even trying anymore. That's the thing. It's like, if you're not really, if you were once a serious like competitor to like Nintendo and Sony, and then suddenly like you started like not really caring as like that much. It's just like, well, it's kind of on you as well, because it's like the fact that less and less Xboxes are being sold, and the fact that, you know, just Xbox games are just being available on PC. Like, well, I mean, they've always been on PC. What I'm talking about is that Xbox games being available on competing platforms like PlayStation 5, and I don't think it's on. I don't think I've seen a single Microsoft published game yet on Switch 2, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But even then, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there is a benefit to going like publishing your exclusives on other platforms. It gives you more reach and it's not trapped to one console. But like on the other hand, it's kind of like, what's kind of like the point of buying a console if a game that was originally meant to be an exclusive to that game is now no longer an exclusive? And I don't know. I feel like if Microsoft was still serious about making hardware, then they would have literally been aggressive with like the marketing. But it's like they now just kind of just want anything to be an Xbox. Like this laptop could be an Xbox, my phone could be an Xbox. It literally does show kind of like a bit of a shift in Microsoft's like strategy in a way. But it's like, but since you're doing that, you're also kind of just giving people even more reasons not to buy your console. Like, that's kind of like if Nintendo was like, okay, we're gonna publish like maybe a couple of games on PC, but if you want to play the rest of our games, you have to still buy it on our console. Which honestly, I think that is still like the best way to get people to still play your games on your hardware, because it's like, well, you made that game and you made the hardware for it, so of course you kind of want these games to be like the thing that this is a must-have game for this must-have like new fresh console, all this other stuff, you know. And then here you are just like, oh yeah, by the way, you know that must-have game that you could get an Xbox for? Yeah, you can now play it on others. And I'm just like, I mean, I feel like there'll definitely be two different kinds of opinions on this. It's like people who will say, yes, this is a good thing because it's reaching more people, but at the same time as well, it kind of is a bad thing in a way, because it's like you're then just giving more people reasons to not buy your hardware over just buying your game but on a platform they are happy with. I feel like the only like what company that is still doing like pretty consistent with the games is, of course, again, Nintendo. Like, yes, we can look at like the terrible things they've done. Yes, they've done terrible things. I mean, has anyone seen that one where Nintendo has sued a Reddit mod? That was like insane. The fact that they were Nintendo just like sued a Reddit mod. I think it was like a piracy like thing where you could download like game dumps. I think it was. I remember watching it when that was all happening. It was just like all crazy right now. Quite insane. Probably not. It's probably not going to. Okay. 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 Yeah, we're done. Yep. It's GG. GG. It's over. Okay, we're gonna do this again. But yeah, see, the only Xbox I have is an Xbox 360. Yo, Nim, by the way. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like, yeah. The only one you have is a 1S. Yeah. I only have like the 360, which I personally own. But there is like, I did play on a Xbox Series S, because you know there'll be like certain games that you probably can't play on any other like consoles. I mean, I did play Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled on the PS4, which sounds like a bloody jet engine when you hear one. Other topics we've just been talking about, you know, like Mario Kart World, you know, all that stuff, Sonic Frontiers, Cross Worlds, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Was editing something earlier, probably going to do some dishes and then fix all the issues with the part of the recording, and then show your Mario Kart teammates what you have so far. Nice. You know, just been talking about it, and then, you know, we talked about, like, you know, the recent hates about Frontiers and whatnot. I was just kind of giving my, you know, my 2 cents on the recent, like, Frontiers hate and stuff like that. Because, like, ever since, like, you know, again, I feel like a broken record when I keep mentioning anything to do with Frontiers. Frontiers is a great game. It's flawed, but, like, I don't know. I feel like the hate is kind of, it's kind of silly in my eyes, because it's just like, okay, but I feel like people just are just now hating on Frontiers because it's like, oh, this game is flawed because it's not like any other games, or it's not like any, or it's not like what I used to remember it. Like, well, of course, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, and that's it. That's it, Nim. That was the person who I was watching when I mentioned it. I forgot who it was earlier, but that was it. Yeah, I was watching that, and I was like, really? People are actually hating on this game? But it's like, I mean, look, you're fine to have an opinion. If you do like Frontiers, then yeah, sure, that's fine. Like, you're allowed to have that opinion, and nobody should ever stop you. You know, nobody should ever even try and stop you from having an opinion of that. But it's just like, it's kind of like, right? Yeah. K6-bit, he said the F word. Frontiers. Very few people, but still some. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's kind of like, I don't know. I thought the F word was forces. Anyways, I mean, I don't know. I still think Frontiers is still a good game. Is it like better than like games that came after Frontiers, like, you know, Shadow Gens or Cross Worlds? Like, I think the thing is, we have to understand that you got another video playing first. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I feel like okay. I might. There might be some of you that might disagree with this, but I feel like the hate for Frontiers recently feels kind of forced. It just feels like we're just forcing ourselves to hate on something for like the sake of it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I like Frontiers is definitely a flawed game. I think we can definitely agree on that. Like, Frontiers is definitely like a game of a time where, you know, it was definitely something that has never been seen before. And yes, of course, you know, it did have like a very like it was going through development hell and all this other stuff. But then, you know, when the game eventually did release, like everybody liked it. So I don't know. I think Frontiers had a lot of potential and it was quite fun at times. It had quite a few issues that bogged down the overall experience. Not helped by Sega and Sonic Team being a bad place. Yeah, exactly. I think Frontiers. I think people need to look at Frontiers and think to themselves, like, logically, like, this was the game that turned Sonic around, right? Like, yeah, exactly, Nim. Like, Frontiers showed that Sonic Team was taking Sonic seriously again, and the fact that they even had, like, Ian Flynn write the English script for Frontiers as well, and people said, you know what, this is the best, like, Sonic writing it's ever been, you know? Like, I'm sure the previous, like, people who did all the English script writing, but then again, you have to understand that these were people that didn't even play a Sonic game, and they were writing like the English dialogue for a game they've never played before. So it was kind of like they had to try and somewhat try and understand where all this is going. You know what I mean? Now that we have incredibly polished Shadow Generations, and from what for what you have heard, the great Sonic Racing Crossworld, dude, like, if you, like, yes, it is great. Now, is it brutal to CPUs? Yes, absolutely. I think the thing is people going back to Frontiers, they have, like, a certain, like, expectation of what they think Frontiers would be like, and then what Frontiers is actually like. Like, I believe in their heads, they think Frontiers is going to be a great game. There's going to be probably no flaws, no popping, none of this BS. And then they go in, they see how janky Sonic controls in that game. Sonic feels a lot slower, the boost isn't quite there, all that stuff. The popping is abundant right there. But even then, it's just like, I mean, look, I think people need to have, like, kind of need to, like, somewhat have more realistic expectations when it comes to a game that, let's say if you played a very polished Sonic game like Shadow Generations, like Crossworld and whatnot, and then you go back to a game like Frontiers and you notice just how incredibly, like, janky it controls. Yeah, I just feel like we need to kind of set our expectations a little bit more realistically here, because it's kind of like you are setting, if you were saying it was this or that and whatnot, then yeah, you're kind of setting yourself up for kind of like that disappointment. But then what do you expect? You're playing a game that probably was a good Sonic game, but the polish could have been there. The boost in Shadow Gens isn't quite as strong as it should be either, but it's a little bit better than Frontiers. The Air Drag on the other hand, yeah. I mean, especially, I think when you compare the boost in Sonic Generations and the boost in Shadow Generations, and you had them like side by side, even if it's not the same level, you could try and see which one is more incredibly faster. And also, we have to understand as well, Frontiers, Shadow Generations, and that lot, all are still built on somewhat of the foundation that was set by Forces. Like, the fact that there's the lack of, like, actual lack of weight to Sonic's movement and whatnot, and that stuff. Like, that still kind of carries over, like, even today with Shadow Generations. Most of Force's DNA is still seen in Shadow Gens. Whether we like to admit to ourselves that we don't want to hear about Force's DNA in a polished Sonic game, we still have to kind of acknowledge that in that regard. Joseph, hey, how's it going? Yo, what's up, my bro? James, how are you doing today? Fist bump, my bro. Boom. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Again, like, I think we could definitely look back at Frontiers and be like, this was definitely a step in the right direction. For not only for Sega, but for Sonic Team as well. But then obviously add on the movies as well for them, and then you definitely have a it feels like it definitely would translate well to like potential sales of a game. I mean, it was quite unfortunate that there wasn't really a good Sonic game out when the first Sonic movie was out, because Team Sonic Racing was out, and you know, I think our feelings and opinions on that game is very clear. Forces, Frontiers, and Shadow Gens were all built on the Hedgehog engine too. Yeah, definitely. They definitely changed the framework for Frontiers because Forces and Frontiers control fairly differently. Yeah, I definitely do agree with that, Nim, because there's definitely a different, because with Forces it was still carrying on a tradition of like what was set by, you know, Unleashed and Generations and whatnot, and they were just trying to, you know, make a U-turn back to something that was just that basically everyone knew and what worked. You feel like Radical Soda's review of Frontiers holds up quite well. I feel like he didn't let the hype cloud his judgment. That and his jokes are amazing. Yeah, I think I do remember watching his Frontiers review. I'm pretty sure he made his review based on like the game that was just like at launch and no like updates after it. He just wanted it to just be like, this is the game, this is just it. I just want the 1.0 version of the game, and I will base my thoughts based on that. And I think that's definitely a fair thing to do. You know, base it on what was just given to you, not try and base it on things that happen afterwards. You know what I'm saying? TSR, yeah. That I think it was definitely an unfortunate thing. His initial review was the day one version, but later made a video on the updates. Yeah. I did also watch Sam Procrastinate's like review of Frontiers. Obviously the day one, and then obviously the updates that came out afterwards. Can you think you can thank Colors Ultimate for making him review every game on 1.0? Yeah, I think that's why it was, yeah. Because he only reviewed Colors Ultimate on its launch version, not really on a patch. I'm pretty sure I'm going to assume he has also done this as well for Crossworlds as well. I'm kind of surprised, Nim, you actually didn't get the game. Although I'm probably assuming you're gonna wait for like a sale or something like that. You're waiting for both a sale and the Switch 2 version to drop. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Nim, if you did get the Switch 1 version, at least the only thing you have to concern with yourself with is upgrading to like the Switch 2 version, like obviously, you know, like a $10 upgrade pack. You know, you can buy the upgrade pack later, but you would rather have the faster Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it was a good. I think you definitely had. I think you were definitely thinking what I was gonna say to you. I think, yeah, and I think Hey I'm James as well is also going to wait for the Switch 2 physical edition to come out as well. Come on. There we go. But yeah, again, you know, I still, and the fact that, you know, like, Frontiers is definitely going to be, like, 3 years old. Yikes. It's crazy that Frontiers is literally going to be 3 years old. I can't wait for, like, the many, like, I can't wait for like the many reviews of like people reviewing Frontiers like 3 years later, and seeing if like what they thought of the game back then is still how they feel, or maybe it changed. Crazy how we finally got a Sonic release without Green Hill anywhere. Yeah, that is crazy. But I think the next Sonic game should definitely have more Green Hill. To be honest, I'm gonna be real, actually. I hope the next Sonic game doesn't even have any ounce of or even a resemblance to Green Hill. like Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sentry. You know, give us new original like ones as well. And if you were to bring back like a classic zone, make it something that is not the common ones that we always see. Use ones that hasn't even been that has been used probably in a Sonic game before, but has never been used in subsequent games after it. You know? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say Emerald Hill, because that is kind of like the Sonic 2 version of Green Hill. Mystic Cave come back. Imagine like Mystic Cave in like one of the cyberspace portals. Kind of like, you know, similar to one like what you would do if you wanted to go to Big's fishing cyberspace thing. I definitely do think, like, you know, because of course since Frontiers obviously did well. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Frontiers definitely did do well. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Emerald Hill is referred to as Green Hill in the game's code/files or something of that sort. They probably were just building. I mean, to be fair, it probably was like easier to just continue to build the game, build its sequel on the foundation of its first one, because like they've already got like, you know, the game engine, the framework, the controls and whatnot. They've already got all of that basically like nailed down. So all they would basically need to do realistically is just like replace a few things here, new levels, new music and whatnot, and then boom, like, you know, you've saved on like development. Well, I'm assuming that's probably what they did. I can't really say because I'm not a game developer, so I can't really say if that's true or not. Definitely going to probably, yeah. Yep. I think the only time that was close in this game was close to getting the one after, before that one, after, what's it called? Pineapple, and then because I was on the melon, and then I was probably nearly close to getting the watermelon, but just didn't quite get there. I'm definitely going to get Suika Game Planet when it comes out. Definitely will be checking that game out. Because like I think ever since like the success of this game, yeah. I think ever since, you know, like the success of this game, and you know, it got popular because all the big YouTubers would then playing it and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. That's one way to describe the game. If we were just to use it as an emoji. I hope it doesn't do that. What it does in this game, where it feels like you're on that side and then it just like kind of weirdly snaps back to the other side for like no reason whatsoever. I hope it doesn't do that. There we go. And I did actually watch a video as well on Mario Kart World's battle mode. Yeah, I think it was like what you expect like really much of. It really does feel like an afterthought in World. Because it's kind of just doing the same thing like what it did in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, where it was just basically just all race tracks. I mean, okay, I think there is exceptions in World where there was like ones where it did feel like more battle arena-esque, but like some of them were definitely race tracks. You don't mind tracks being battle maps? I feel like, to me, I feel like the problem with tracks being battle maps is like they were designed for like one thing, but then when you try and translate it to another thing, like trying to translate tracks from race tracks to battle tracks, I don't know. I feel like battle arenas are more better. Like, you know, like compact, tight, like spaces where it's more easier to find people and use and shoot like their items and eliminate the people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier then because you're not having to drive as far than you are, let's say, in Mario Kart 8 and in World in that case. I think more battle modes with more rules would be nice, but you wouldn't play it as much anyway, so you don't know. I mean, I wish Nintendo... I mean, this is just wishful thinking here. But I kind of wish Nintendo just... allowed us to just... like, turn off the timer and just let us play. I would say probably let us turn it off for multiplayer. Probably not for single player. Maybe for single player, please re-enable the ability to just have more time so that we could gain more points and whatnot, rather than what we're just given. Like, I definitely think Shine Thief should come back. I definitely think... what's that other one? I think the Bob Battle should come back, because at least that's still fun. I don't think Renegade Roundup would realistically, like, come back as, like, a battle mode. Like, mode, you know? Because it's like, well, you can already play as the Piranha Plant. Yeah, I can speak. Piranha Plant. There we go. Yeah, Ball and Blast. Yeah, that one would actually be a very fun mode if they brought that back. It's just weird that we've gone from Mario Kart 8, where Balloon Battle was the only battle mode that existed, to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe having like Coin Runners, Bomber Blast, Shine Thief, Renegade Roundup, and all that other stuff, to then Mario Kart World only just having like the two classic modes. Which, I mean, that is how it was in other Mario Kart games, so it's not like World just went back on something. It has been like this. It has always been like this. I mean, look at games like Mario Kart Wii, for example, right? That only had coin run, balloon battle and coin runners. Though I kind of wish. I mean, I know 200cc was kind of a mode that was added in like much later after the game, but even then, I still think it should just have become like a staple of Mario Kart, if you ask me. Because if people genuinely do like 200cc, I don't see a point why it should just not be a thing that should just come by default. Might as well make it come by default. Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, is that it? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Anyone got any music in mind they want me to play? Like from a video game or whatnot? Guess they wanted to hold back on 200cc to give us time. Blizzard Valley. Oh, the Crosswells music. Have I listened to this one? I don't think I have. Oh, yeah. I think I remember now, yeah. One music I actually do like from Crossworld's OST is Hidden World from Sonic Lost World. I do like the kind of like how do you describe the vibe without listening to it? Kind of think of it as like a like it kind of has like that it kind of has like that 90s like EDM kind of vibe. I don't know, it's so hard to describe music without listening to it. Because when you hear like that piano bit in the Hidden World of it as well, it's just like, I'm pretty sure this was like a common thing to hear in like music that probably was like, it was like very prominent to use that in. By the way, is the music a little bit too loud? Like, can you all still hear me really well? Dang it. Ooh, saved it. Can hear you? Okay, good. I just wanted to double check just to make sure if the music that I'm playing isn't as loud. Ah! Why did you not combine with that other one? Goofy. Excuse me. Wait, I'm gonna put on hidden music actually. Hidden world. Well, definitely not from How to Train Your Dragon, thanks. Okay. Maybe if I just put crosswords. This is it here. I'll let you all listen to that and see. Because trying to describe this music is like, I don't know how to describe it without listening to it. I did actually go back and just listen to the original to see if there was any kind of like similarities between this and the original in Lost World. I felt like it was somewhat similar, but it was definitely different as well. Like, the piano bit was definitely not there. I will also say this as well. Once I do get Crossworlds once I get Crossworlds on Switch 2, I definitely will be doing a lot of viewer streams. So definitely look forward to that when that happens. let me go and just use the. There you go. Just put on the full Crossworld OST. Why not? Why not, right? Come on, how is that possible? Okay. Ah, why can I do that? I always do this to my to myself. Always like put one like fruit there, and then afterwards just like, oh yeah, I probably should have paid attention to what was coming up next. I should be paying attention to what's next, but then most of the time I don't. It's Sonic Racing. Alright, well, we'll skip the many versions of this of the Racing Crossworlds opening, even though the opening music is definitely a banger. The Sonic music just never miss with the music. I mean, it's probably aside from like Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, because like I'm pretty sure that music is not really that great. That's like, whoa, is certainly a lyric. Might be a, I don't know, might be a censored version or something like that. I don't know. Because I do know, what was it? I do know in one of the Frontiers music, I think it was like Find Your Flame or something, I think it was. I'm pretty sure the original version of it was like one where it had a swear word in it. Vandalize, that's what it was, yeah. Vandalize was censored, yeah. God damn it. I knew it was one of the... Yeah, it had the F-bomb in it. Fuck the pain away. There we go. Losing money. Yeah, it was quite interesting that they probably had to like make a whole like had to re-record that whole song just so that they could make it safe for like a Sonic game. Though I will say as well that if anybody is ever thinking of having the credits song be playing, excuse me, if anyone is ever thinking about having the credits song playing, just be aware that that will get you copyright claimed. I've got hiccups all of a sudden. Do you know the Titan themes will get you copyright claimed even if you claim fair use? Really? Because when I was playing through Frontiers when it came out and got to any of the Titans, never got a single copyright claim. Oh, do I know if the themes I'll get... Oh, sorry, I completely misread that comment. No. To my not... I mean, I played through... Because you have a video idea that requires me to use them. Yeah, they don't get your copyright claimed. I'm sure Sega has probably had some negotiations to make sure it's clear to use, even in like YouTube videos and whatnot. Yeah, like I could literally go back through my old like Frontiers playthrough, and I could literally look, like, you know, in my YouTube studio, I could literally see like not a single like one of them ever got copyright claimed. Hey, no worries, Nim. I'm probably gonna wrap up relatively soon, anyways. After this, so yeah. Playing Phoenix. Yeah, we do actually have a new emote as well, by the way, chat. We do have this emote. So now we have a heart emote. So there you go. You can now use that when someone either super chats or becomes a member or whatnot. To be honest, I also didn't realize that you needed to like have more in order to unlock another member like slot. You need to like have you need to like reach the required. So right now, since Hey I'm James recently came back as a member, I would only need 3 more people to become members, and then I can put a new emote slot in there. Excuse me. Right. I don't think I'm gonna get a watermelon here. I'd be very lucky if I did. Oh, nice. Nice! Oh, come on. Dang it. Yes! 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 Let's go! Let's go! Yes, come on, dude. There we go. There we have it, boys. There we have it, boys! We did it! We got a watermelon. Let's friggin' go. Take a photo of that. So I can remember the day that I got another watermelon in this game. Sweet. Man, I'm buzzing about that now. I am absolutely buzzing. I mean, hey, if I can leave this stream, like end this stream with at least one watermelon achieved, hey, I'm happy about that. Ah, there we go. Hey, I'm happy about that. I am honestly happy about that. There we go. We got first in daily, monthly, and overall ranking. Let's go. There we go. Finally beating 2017 in third place. Back to the title. Alright. Well, that's going to do, everybody, for Suika, or watermelon game, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and not go in the system settings, like what am I doing? There we go. So, there we go. We got another watermelon achieved, and yeah, that's pretty much it of all I've got to really say in terms of that stuff. So, of course, if you've made it all the way through this probably very quiet stream, because there wasn't really that much incredibly talking during this, but if you have made it all the way, and you have, like, first of all, congratulations on making it through this very, like, non-talkative stream, but be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more Suika Game streams like this. And if I do viewers stream, then God, who knows when will that happen. But of course I want to shout out my channel members as well. Thank you so much for being a channel member, and thank you so much to Hey I'm James as well for rejoining as well. You can hit the link in the description down below or the join button. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to really say on that. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, everybody.